If you've ever thought we might be living in an alternate reality, you may be right. So hold on to your hardware, internet, because this is Movie Theory. The Matrix is widely considered to be one of the best trilogies of all time. It was groundbreaking when it was released. The story's major idea is that the entire world is a computer program and we're all lying dormant somewhere, plugged into the system. Enter Neo, a young hacker who's being recruited by the rebels on the other side to help take down this virtual reality hell. Also at this point during the film, we're not sure if the Matrix is actually an evil place. So at this point, you who are watching at home are like, okay, so what's the point? The point is not a point, but a question. A question that is, could the Matrix exist? The short answer is yes, it could. There's been a group of scientists who have been trying to recreate the Matrix experience as depicted in the film. They can only do so in a femtometer scale. To put that into context, that's 10 to the power of negative 15, which is 0.00000000001. That's right, 11 zeros. That's the scale of their system that they have built. That's roughly the size of one of the little hairs on an ant's leg. And while that might be impressive as it is, it's nowhere near what the Matrix films predict. But let's put that into perspective, shall we? That's like taking a 1,500-story building and recreating the entire building on just the first floor. Impressive as it may be, it is nowhere near the size and scope that we're looking for. But this does bring an interesting question. Could, if we had the computers available to render it, could we make a Matrix system? According to the model that they created, the answer is yes. If we had a computer that is powerful enough to simulate life's events, it could happen. Of course, this isn't even talking about the technology that will put human brains' consciousness inside of the system. This is just saying that it is possible to create. But let's put that all aside for just a moment. Another clue that this could happen is due to the theory of computer-based systems. This says that energy particles within a computer system would have to have a cutoff, just like how it does in our universe. Essentially what this says is that energy particles must follow a set protocol, and once it reaches the max that it can allow within the program, it would cut off. This happens in the natural universe as it is now. Gamma rays, once they reach a certain portion, they turn into their limit and just simply cut off and disappear. This is called the Greisen-Zatsepin-Kuzmin, or GZK for short. So we already have scientists who've created a small matrix, and we also have a pretty good theory about why the Matrix would exist. But there's one more thing that leads me to believe that it's possible. Another theory is that no human is without mistake. So, if someone created a computer-based virtual reality, there would be some sort of glitches and mess-up. We can actually see this in today's environment with some of the paranormal phenomenon. Think about all of the captured recordings of ghosts, demons, and just plain old poltergeists. Doesn't that seem like someone's trying to break through from another area? So maybe, and just maybe, these unlikely individuals will be able to go through the system in a glitch, and we'll be able to see them on our side. This also goes the same for deja vu and psychics and even every other paranormal event. It makes sense, right? If a world is in a program, it would have to be programmed within a timeline. And if there is a glitch at one point of the timeline, it only makes sense that one of the future events can actually witness one of these in the past, ultimately leading to me to conclude that time travel is also possible, but that's not the point of this video. This also reminds me of a story that I heard being passed around from the internet and other media venues. A young man fell asleep along a wall and woke up 3,000 miles away. Now you might be thinking, okay, maybe someone kidnapped him. However, the actual time that passed between him closing his eyes to him arising was only 1 hour. No matter what you say, there is absolutely no way to travel that distance within 1 hour. So most of this, if not all, is supporting evidence that the Matrix could exist only if it supports with our current universe laws. However, if we were in a program designed by someone, what's not to say that those laws are designed by the creator, and also what types of laws translate over into the quote-unquote real world? Okay, so let's say for argument's sake that the laws of our universe do apply. If all of these glitches do exist, how could we break out? According to the laws of the Matrix as depicted in the film, as well as using the physics-based law about energy, that energy cannot be created or deleted, we would have to die. Because the energy within our soul and within our body would have to leave the program forever, and currently the only proven method for this is death. The only other way that would be plausible for us to break out of this hell is if we technically glitched our way back to the beginning of the program and found the entry point. But in that case, it's not very likely. The more important question, besides how do we break out, is do we want to break out? Let me ask you this. If someone out there in the future, in the present, or even in the past wanted to make a fake virtual reality, it probably could be pretty bad out there. And it could be all due to power. In that case, do we want to live with someone who has the ultimate power over our reality? Statistics show with the plausibility of power in government, a less environment is high likely to develop a dictatorship. In order for something like The Matrix to get approved, it'd have to be a government with high power and less democracy. Now that's even scarier than The Matrix itself. As for me, I'm fine with the fake reality. Matrix not only can be taken literally, but it speaks about how in the future we're already involved in our technology beyond our means. This is a very interesting prediction. Now when I go out to a restaurant and I see a date, the couple is on their phones not talking to each other. I can see firsthand that maybe we're just a little bit closer to the Matrix than we realize. But hey, that's just a theory.